In this example, we are given two terms of an arithmetic sequence. The 7 terms value is 17, and the 26 terms value is 93. So let's get started writing our sequence. So we are going to have to write two equations, one with the 7 term and the second one with the 26th term. So the equation for an arithmetic sequence is a sub n equals a1 plus n minus 1 times the common difference. So if I'm looking at the term that's given to me, I know that the 7th term's value is 17. So I'm going to substitute that for a sub n. So 17 will equal to, I don't know the first term. However, I do know n is 7 for the 17th term. So 7 subtract 1, and again I don't know the common difference. Now I'm going to simplify this equation, and I get 17 equals the first term plus 6 times the common difference. So now I do the same thing, writing the equation using the 26th term. So the term number a sub n is 93, or the term of the sequence is the 93rd term. So a sub n equation is a1 plus n minus 1 times the common difference. So 93 is going to be, again, I don't know the first term. However, I know the term number, which is 26, and then subtract 1 times the common difference that I don't know. So I'm going to simplify the equation as a 93 equals a sub 1 plus 25 times the common difference. As you can see, we ended up with two equations and two variables, so therefore we have a system of equations. So I will write the two equations under one another. So 17 equals a sub 1 plus 6 times the common difference, and 93 equals a sub 1 plus 25 times the common difference. So you remember from the warm-up problems that solving a system of equations can be done by substitution or by elimination. I am going to do elimination, which means I will multiply my first equation by -1 and write it under the second equation. So negative 17 will equal to negative a sub 1 minus 6 times the common difference. Now I'm going to add the two equations to eliminate the first term. So the a sub 1's eliminate. So 93 minus 17 is going to give us 76, and that will equal to 25d minus 6d, which is 19d. Now I will divide both sides by 19. And finally, the common difference is equal to 4. Now I can choose either of my original equations to substitute the common difference to be able to find the first term. So I'm going to take this 4 equals the common difference, and I'm going to substitute that in for d into my first equation. So 17 equals a sub 1 plus 6 times the common difference of 4 that we found. So that will give me 17 equals a sub 1 plus 24. Subtract 24 from both sides, and we are going to end up with a sub 1 or the first term equal to -7. So now we are going to be ready to write the equation for this particular sequence. So again, the nth term is the first term plus n minus 1 times the common difference. We know the common difference is 4 and the first term is -7. So the nth term is going to be -7 plus n minus 1 times 4. Distribute your 4, so the nth term is -7 plus 4n minus 4. So finally the simplified equation for the nth term is 4 times n minus 11. On the next slide, you have monitoring progress problems, 2 of them. So please finish them on your notes outline before you look at the next slide to check your answer. The sum of finite arithmetic series. The sum of the first n terms of an arithmetic series is represented. The sum of the first n term equals n times, parentheses, the first term, plus the last term I'd like to add up, divided by 2. Inverse, the sum of the first n term is the mean of the first and n terms multiplied by the number of terms. We will use the sum formula to find the sum of the first 20 terms in this particular sequence. So let's go ahead and write the sum formula. S of n equals n times the first term plus the last term divided by 2. So the information needed is n. N is 20 because I want to add up 20 terms. The first term is going to be 3 times 1 plus 7. So the value of the first term is going to be 10. And the last term is the 20th term. So it's 3 times 20 plus 7. So our 20th term is going to be 67. So now we are ready to substitute into the equation. So the sum of the first 20 terms is 20 times the first term, which is 10, plus the 20th term is 67, and we have to divide it by 2. Sum of the first 20 terms is going to be 20 times 77 divided by 2. Again, I simplify by 2 first, so it's going to be 10 times 77. So the sum of the first 20 term is 770 in this pattern. So in this example, we have a picture of stack cards, and we are going to have to write the rule for the nth row of the stack cards. We are given the first row has a value of 3 cards. So our first term is going to be 3. The second row has 6 cards in it. So the second row has 6 cards in it. Therefore, the common difference is going to be 3 cards. So now let us write the equation or the rule for the sequence. So a sub n equals a1 plus n minus 1 times the common difference. So the nth term is going to be 3 plus n minus 1 times 3. Again, I distribute the 3, so a sub n is going to be 3 plus 3n minus 3. So finally, our rule for this particular sequence is going to be 3 times n. So the next part of the question is asking us How many cards do you need to make a house of cards with 12 rows? Our sum formula is S of n equals n times the first term plus the nth term divided by 2. So the information we need is n. N is going to be 12 because we are working with 12 rows. The first term is the first row of cards, which is 3 cards. And the last term is going to be the 12th term, which is 3 times 12. So the value of the 12th term is going to be 36. Now we are ready to substitute this information into our formula. So S of 12 is going to be 12 times 3 plus 36 divided by 2, which is the sum of the first 12 terms is 12 times 39 divided by 2. Simplify by 2, so the sum of the first 12 terms is going to be 6 times 39. So the sum of the first 12 term is 234 cards. After this slide, you will have some monitoring progress problems to do. So again, stop the video and wait till you finish your monitoring progress on paper, and then go and check your answer. After this slide, you'll have the answers for the exit ticket problem. So once you check the answers on this slide, monitoring progress, please work out your exit ticket and then check your answer. See you at the next lesson.